That's true. He is a movie snob. I can attest to that.
Yeah, if it's not well reviewed by the
Intolerable. He's anything below 90%. He just won't even look at it.
We'll see. I get the assessment, though. The thing about it is that Liquid's damage output is pretty absurd. The ET Spirit removing all the magic armor from range, combined with then what'll likely be an E-Blade rush on the Grim. However, the one thing they're missing this game is that get-out-of-jail-free card. There's no Oracle ultimate to save anybody. And I look at this Alliance line and think, damn, that's a lot of stuns. If they get on top of the Drow, they get on top of really anybody. They're all incredibly squishy. Where's the peel? Where's the save? It doesn't exist. So if Alliance get momentum, it's going to be a hell of a lot easier for them to close out this game and find openings.
Yeah. Not having a save mechanism against somebody like Necrophos is also pretty scary, right?
Yes.
It's like if they've got all these stuns, they've got nice initiation. Okay. It's okay initiation, let's say.
Yeah.
But if they do get that initiation in there, that person's just going to get Reaper Scythe. The team fight's going to end up 5 versus 4 real quick. So we'll see what Insania is able to do in a very different style here with the Elder Titan. See if he can just dominate the laning phase with this hero, or if the Necrophos Earth Spirit is going to be enough to repel him.
This is a pretty... It's not the easiest 5, I'll be honest. You see, I think SVG over in NA is the one person I've seen really play this a bunch. No Tail does as well, I suppose. But definitely not the same as an Oracle by any means. And I think that the bans from Alliance this game made a lot of sense. Just opening with the Oracle ban. Do not give that to Insania. It just kind of makes Liquid just look better. They can play with no fear. Whereas this game, they're going to have to be a lot more hesitant against this massive stun combination on Alliance.
It definitely feels like not only is Insania good with that hero, but they have a strong understanding as a team. Yeah. You know, there's so many times where Boxy is just kind of like fearlessly diving in because he knows ultimately if he did get speared in that last game, he's going to receive a false promise and be okay.
It's going to be a very tough game for S4. If this bottom lane can go well, which is easier said than done against an ET, but it'll set them up for success.
Well, I feel like it's already kind of okay, right? The fact that whenever you're matched up against an Elder Titan support, it helps to be able to have a ranged core, right?
Most certainly.
Of course, the interesting matchup is this one right here. Core Grimstroke for Koifa against just a good old classic for Limp, the Dragonite.
I like this for him more than Mars. I think Alliance also play much better when they have an ability to take towers. The previous game, yeah, sure, Limp was ahead. Thought he played a pretty solid first 15 minutes, but you know, ultimately as a Mars, there's nothing you can do to actually apply tower damage. You know, you're just sort of running around the map. He's farming. Like, you know, it wasn't as if Liquid were giving too many opportunities for easy kills. Whereas now, oh, you want to give me some space? I'll just click this tower. He can actually take matters into his own hands now.
Why do you think he struggled last game? Because Limp has shown in the history, like, for example, as Lina, like he does play heroes that operate purely off of hunting heroes and not necessarily putting tower pressure.
The thing is, Lina scales. You know, you're going to be a source of damage later on. When you go this Yul's build, I mean, look at the items he had at the end of the game. It was Blink, Yul's, Vlad's BKB.
Yeah.
That is not a... Those are not two-position items. That's offlaner style.
Right.
So, you know, if he's got some Deso Daedalus, by all means, it can be a little different. You know, he does play a hell of a Magnus, too, but again, that's what? Echo Saber, BKB, Daedalus, maybe a Blink in there somewhere. He's a true carry. And I do think that this team looks better when Limp is able to actually dish out damage.
Surprise, FNG! Maybe chasing this Enchantress wasn't quite what you had in mind. FNG ducks back, but it's going to cost him his life here. First blood goes to Taiga.
Well done. Really tough to play Lich into Enchantress. The shield can get purged off, and even if it isn't, the creep, big issue, the chat spam from Liquid. If you don't have him on Mute Alliance, you might want to get that handled right away.
And now Nico Baby, while the support is gone, is going to be pressured quite heavily. Might even die here.
Whoa, whoa, did he what?
What was that?
He was
asking for whatever items was supposed to be able to pass over, but yeah.
Did he... Maybe we'll have to see a replay. I think FNG salved him and he just stopped moving.
Well, bottom lane, Insania is in trouble here. They don't even look at him as he falls to the ground. Hanskin and S4 already focused on their next victim.
What in the hell is going on?
I don't know. Nico Baby just kind of FNG came in and he was like, hold me. Just cuddled up next to him and I'll watch it again.
Yeah, he was getting salved. That was very odd. Maybe
they're getting gone on again here in this top lane, so it's maybe not looking so hot as There goes FNG dead again.
Yeah, sorry, we couldn't even catch it. Happens too fast, just too easy. Quick remnant into a centaur stun, and yeah, that's just a dead lich.
Yeah, at this point, this is a very different game now from game 1.
Oh, the urn charge too.
They are just dominating this laning phase. If they kill Nico Baby again. Oh, they get in front of him. Nicely done by Boxy with the urn charge. It's not quite enough. Nico Baby ticking, but doesn't actually tick out here. Hiding away into the trees. Liquid are going to take a lot of damage here as they get out of this tower range. They're still trying to chase for him on the other side of the map, though. They do manage to get both of the kills at bottom lane without giving up anybody here. Kyle, these lanes are turning into a disaster.
What? It looks like just a really timely silence from Mickey, but there wasn't even a shroud skilled, so it might not have been necessary. But I love the build, actually, from Mickey. He just went 2 points arrows, 1 point gust. Very effective. You don't need multi-shot. Doesn't help you in that lane. And now the tornado, man. These, as you said, it's a disaster. This is just 3 lanes, 3 wins so far for Liquid. And it doesn't really get easier. The trouble for Reliance, I like their draft a lot more this game, but Sven needs some time to come online. Whereas Necro and DK, they kind of prosper when they have that advantageous laning phase, and then they're free to shove and take control. And now Nico's just standing in a cyclone. He's dead again.
Oh, Taiga, he had a fairy fire left in his back pocket. And that means with the body blocking from Boxy, they do a lot of damage to FNG. They won't be able to kill him, but still, they get the kill on the carry, and they don't actually trade anybody for it. Sounds going out. Necrophos does take a lot of damage there. They do manage to successfully prevent the hard cam from being pulled over. They'll get some more experience for their Necrophos. Slow down. Boxy's already thrown out the remnant, but FNG, he's looking pretty toast here. The nuke is going to come out. One more hit. Taiga is dominating already. 5.5 minutes in.
Top lane is a massacre. I don't want to look at it anymore. Click the drow. This is something I haven't seen in 8 years. Wait, level 5, only 4 points? He's got a point in stats.
A point in
the throwback. You know, it was a big part of the game way back in the day. Drow was one of those heroes you would potentially skip active abilities for stats. Haven't seen it in half a decade. I get my first chance here today. Mickey, I actually kind of like he's going to hit 6. So, you know, you just need the stats on Drow. 3 points. Frost Arrows all in for the laning phase. Don't need to farm with multi-shot because you have no plans on leaving this lane for some time.
Kicked back. All right, Alliance Day.
Damn.
This laning phase, it sucks. Let's change things up. FNG TP's down to the bottom lane. They get a fast kill onto Mickey. Meanwhile, mid lane, Limp. He's gonna, oh god, he's gonna be on the receiving end of a big bad centaur. God. That magic damage, it's ripping him apart here, and he's not getting away from this. Not anymore.
Wow.
Limp, he tipped Koifa earlier, and I know Liquid is gonna tip him right back. Insania doesn't have to worry about the Reaper's Sight just yet. Taiga's already here. Jesus, he was just mid. Now he's already bottom. And they're going to need it, too, because they are actually diving Mickey right now underneath the tower. He just TP'd in. He cannot afford a death here. That's why the reinforcements are here. Right into the stomp. Silence actually comes out from the Earth Spirit, but S4, he still cannot get away. FNG looks like this dive underneath the Tier 1 tower was ill-advised for Alliance.
I was a little overeager there, but they just feel pressure to do so. Liquid abandoned the top lane, absolutely dominating it, but they're just like, nope, bottom needs our help. This Taiga Enchantress, 502, might have to be a ban in future games. This has looked very strong in his hands, and the synergy with Koifa on the Grimstroke, too. You get the Centaur Stomp, and then it's a perfect target that can actively use the Inkswell. Ensure it lands on the DK. You know, Limp that's a Treads Bracer DK.
Going for the Inkswell, he is just outside of range. So Limp won't take that damage. Good thing, too, because he was getting dangerously low. Boxy is going to be able to make a jump away, and the heals come out from Taiga. They'll be fine. So a decent attempt. Doesn't really cost Liquid too much there. Forces some rotations.
Now, all in all, 10-2 looks fearsome, but, you know, kills aren't worth as much as they used to be. It's still anybody's game. Now just 1,000 and change. I think you're all right if you're Alliance, but you got to be cautious. The bottom lane got spooky now that Mickey is level 6.
S4. Oh, that's unfortunate for a Liquid, but very nice. As the level 3 Heartstopper aura takes that last hit on the Satyr. And that is one of the things that got buffed up about Necrophos is the regen that's coming out from Heartstopper aura. So when he does claim some of these last hits, he's getting a decent chunk of regen across the board, and he may need it here with this rotation coming in from Liquid. They're on both sides here. Nice two-man silence. Box is going to show himself as he jumps in with the Inkswell onto 2, blows up S4, and well, Mickey still alive through all of this one. He's going to TP away. Limp's going to try and do the same. They do not have a stun to stop him, so very smart read by Limp, but ultimately another disastrous team fight for Alliance, Kyle.
It's just, you know, the downside of the Alliance heroes. It's a big difference between kits that provide like damage based on experience gained or gold gained. You look at Alliance, their 3 cores, they need items.
Yes.
Otherwise, they just don't have damage. Liquid, every single level that you get on a Grimstroke, on a Void Spirit, on an Ench, on an ET, it's just more damage immediately into spells cast. So when you take these sorts of fights under enemy towers and you're outgunned, like Grimstroke alone represents more spell damage than DK and Necro combined at this stage.
Yeah. And that sort of thing, that sort of lineup can snowball really fast, right? Because you're winning fights, you're obviously getting more experience, higher level spells come in, and yeah, look at this. Boxy, so patient, really, you can see him calling for the Inkswell. Give it to me, I'm not going to jump in until I have it, and he finally does, and boy, does it make it quite the splash.
They explode. You know, that was, both teams got full rounds of spells off. They couldn't even get a drow below 20%. Meanwhile, just Boxy and Inkswell and a little bit of a stroke, S4 exploded. The Inkswell hadn't popped yet. He was still dead. And now Mickey, you're gonna just chill, go farm woods. Everything's fine. It's 13-2. However, net worth-wise, it's not. It looks worse than it is. Actually, this is just fine for Alliance thus far. They'll get one of those fights eventually. Blink is the next item on Limp. I like that. Just get stuns off, get kills, hunt with the Earth Spirit. Have a Scythe from S4 come in. Anybody will die, as we mentioned. There is no save whatsoever on Liquid. Bots on Koifa, so more of the farming build. Which is kind of cool in this game because we'll just be able to follow up on Boxy, as we'll see here, where Boxy will actually TP to Koifa this time.
Yeah, they're going to want to be together as a pair, as you're going to see. Inkswell, at least that one lands, but silenced up and actually stunned. S4 can't get any spells off. He couldn't get off the Reaper's Scythe. Hanskin tried to give him whatever time he could, but ultimately Liquid are just bringing more players to these fights.
Yep, but notably, there's no Nico Baby. We haven't even seen him on the screen until we check him out as he right-clicks creeps. He rushed the Mask of Madness. He was top. He was jungle. He is ignoring the game and just farming and playing for himself, reflected in his net worth. Not bad considering he's 0-2-0. Meanwhile, Koifa 2-0-4, Boxy 3-0-7, and yeah, as you can see by the heat map, that river, he has no plans on crossing until much later into this game.
I was super curious coming into this series. I was like, which one of these two teams is going to show up? Is it the team that got swamped out of the major super hard? Oh, Reaper's Scythe, that's not going to be enough damage. Boxy, he's like, okay.
That's a long cooldown.
Yeah.
120 seconds.
I mean, S4, I guess he really thought there was going to be more coming. I guess he thought there was going to be the ultimate from FNG as well, but he didn't have the mana for Chain Frost. Even then, I think it would have been kind of an unlikely kill.
I like this from Nico, though. He went for the Warcry duration instead of the attack speed. It's minor, but I don't know. I nerd out over these level 10 talent choices. It's just for that increased move speed. Get on top of the drow, find the ET. You know, it's going to be very critical in this game as we extend it. Finds him.
They got to make a little bit of moves here, and they're going to try and punish Taiga for being on their side of the river. But again, they don't have nukes to throw at an Enchantress. It's part of the reason they picked it up. I also know it's really good against Dragonite. So Taiga is in a Dream Enchantress game after a super successful game 1.
You actually can't kill him. Yeah, the Untouchable was buffed last patch. Shout out to Ice Frog. It's now 120 attack slow at level 1. That is an absurd amount. You can see even with Mask of Madness popped, Nico hit him twice. And again, it looks grim. I just hope Alliance stay composed. You know, win or lose, yeah, they're down 16-2. Like, this can take a toll on your psyche. But net worth-wise, timing-wise, it's not over, and Limp has Blink.
Lim gets on top of him, and he's got Hanskin as well. Okay, very big kill. And let's not forget, Liquid did rack up a lot of killing streaks across the board. So if they start getting some of those kills, they'll get a good amount of gold, a healthy amount of experience as well. Like, that's part of where the comeback mechanism still is in the game.
I would take Alliance's position right here than in the previous game at this timing. Even down 16-3. It's just a question of whether they can just keep it together, make sure they stay focused. Good silence. Will that be enough?
Do manage to land the Void Remnant to keep him back. Meanwhile, top lane, they do have a bit of a fight going on. S4 is still dead, though. A trade out in a way on the other side of the map for the Elder Titan is still favorable for Liquid, though. Yeah.
So far, so good. Nico's going to go the really greedy item build. Phase, Mask of Madness into the Echo Saber. I like that choice. You really... You know, if you're going to win this game, it's going to come much later. You know you need a BKB to fight as well. So just take your time, outscale. The one downside of Drow, especially when you go the build that Mickey chose, you know, 1 point in multi-shot, 3 points already in +2 to all attributes. He's looking to fight. He's looking to be a battler, and he went Dragonlance first. Compare that to the acceleration a hero with built-in cleave gets from Mask Echo. So he's going to be generating gold much faster than this Drow as we continue. Wants to exploit as much of this lull as possible just to get up that item. That's the key. BKB. I think Echo's on Courier. Indeed it is.
That is very interesting. I'm looking at the way that multi-shot scales. It just scales on slow duration and then the arrow base damage bonus. But, you know, because of his levels and stats, his arrows are hitting pretty hard as is. Boxy. Once again, with that combination given to him by Koifa, he hits a Void Remnant, they're just chain stunned, and it ends up being so much damage. And let's not forget, Koifa is very likely going to be looking at a shard at some point in time, so Inkswell's going to do even more. 50% increase on damage in that one. Get somebody E-bladed as well before all that magic damage happens. Nobody on the side of Alliance is safe. Not even the tanky Sven or Dragonite.
Yeah, the E-blade on Koifa is going to be a huge timing, not just for the really for the offensive purposes, right? You put that on DK Sven, they don't do damage and they start to get popped, and Taiga's just under tower alone.
Yeah, Taiga's in very, very deep, and he does manage to flush out a kill onto FNG. Hanskin's going to be able to get a pretty good ultimate here, but sadly he's on his own. The rest of Alliance, they were chased away, so it's just the supports left to hold the bag here, and Liquid will finally get this Tier 1 offlane tower that they've been looking at for a while. All the Tier 1 towers are down.
What? I just... 420 is the score, and I gotta wonder what Alliance are even smoking as they continue to take 4-on-5s. Nico Baby's not there. He doesn't need you to throw your lives away.
Yeah.
Just exist.
Just chill. Let me hit some more creeps, but... understandably, Alliance, they want to take their fate into their own hands a little bit here, and they've got to find a kill somewhere in this. Silence pushback, Mickey limping away, but eventually he's going to be caught here. Surely this is finally the kill they can get, and they get the Reaper Scythe kill as well. So the extra timer is there. 57 seconds is what he's on for.
That is what you like to see. It's the TPs that get forced. Nico says, guys, they're on me. Now go make that play. Go get the initiation off, find some kills. But you don't need to get greedy. I don't think there's any scenario you're actually able to take a 4-on-5 as Alliance. You just don't have the damage. We keep repeating ourselves, but you know, how many times does the Void Spirit Grimstroke combo have to explode 2 heroes in a moment, whereas Alliance damage, it just takes so much longer. They need more time.
Yeah. The damage is like Earth Spirit is this damage over time, right? A lot of his damage comes in from his ultimate. Lich doesn't offer the most damage as a 5 position unless you get this really good Chain Frost. And that's who you're hoping to put in enough damage to be able to get a successful Reaper Scythe. It just is so unlikely that they're going to be able to do a whole lot unless they get very specific opportunities like that last one.
No, but I will say again, it's 20 to 5. It's not really that grim, no pun intended.
No,
Alliance are still doing all right here. They're going to lose Hanskin most likely, however. Oh.
This is a very big kill. If they can get it, they are swinging, and they got him. Another kill streak down. They do manage to kill Hanskin, but Alliance is saying it's well worth it. In fact, with the core down, a little bit of damage into the back line with the Chain Frost. I am wondering if Alliance is going to go for it. Look at them. They're like, all right, fool me once, Taiga. Shame on you. We're not going to go for that kill again, no matter how much you hang on our low ground. All right, we know. You're tanky. You're cool.
He's just testing fate now. He's just, how deep can I go?
Yeah.
Tier 1 was not enough to be a challenge. Tier 2, perhaps? But that was Liquid's turn to take a fight without their carry. Mickey was farming ancients in that time. Now they're going to look to Roche. A bit later than perhaps they could have gone for it, but they're feeling confident. They know Sven ulti is now on cooldown, so they feel a lot more confident in the event that Alliance were to engage.
Yeah, Taiga's saying, fine, if you don't want to target me, you don't want to attack me, if you're not going to fight, we're going to do Roshan. You're either going to be forced to fight over here, or we're going to get a free kill.
Ench seems really strong, Cap.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
I guess the level 12 timing, so they got the 160 instead of the 120 attacks, though. And yeah, you're telling me this hero doesn't die, wins you lane, and gives you Roche? That's not bad.
And BSJ has been preaching about Dragonlance, and it is a hero that builds that item, so.
Just because of the 2 stats?
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
Something about free stats.
Free stats are nice.
When you do not have a whole lot of armor, and you've got no magic armor, I guess it's only level 1 natural.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, Dragonlance went back to like the most stat-efficient item because it's just, you basically get more than the cost of the components plus that little bit of a bonus.
Yep.
So if the range is free and you get extra 4 agility and 2 strength.
Yep.
I dig it. I approve, Brian.
Wow. You hear that, Brian? You excited? You got the Kyle seal of approval.
He's still not getting a sub, but I'll give him credit for that. Let's see. So now with Aegis, can you close is the question. Nico has BKB, but he's still down to chill. If you want to give him more time, he'll buy a blink, and then this gets a lot easier for Alliance. He'll have the double blink initiation factor. Hanskin can follow up. There'll be the Lich Shield. There's still no real save. So if they can find specifically Koifa, there's no counterplay unless he's able to defensive E-Blade right away. Got to be careful right now, though, because he has an Arcane Rune and E-Blade prepared. So no fights, please, Alliance. Be cautious. You see the line drawn. They got the tier 2. Now they want to sweep across the map to the area they don't have vision and look to find a fight. The box has been drawn. There's 3 Alliance heroes in the vicinity. Another box has been drawn. There's a lot of Alliance heroes there.
Boxy's saying this is the area of the map they're playing right now. And
let's go get them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are they gonna invade right now? They are. Boxy, he's gonna make his entrance while his team is still hitting the tier 2. They're gonna force out the BKB from Nico, baby. He is immediately gonna TP back. Is anybody else gonna be caught? S4, he would have been a good target, but looks like he's out as well. Clean retreat by Alliance. Still, though, this is the hardest part of the game for them, right, Kyle? As you were saying, like, they're not ready with those timings of, like, the blink you were talking about or the BKB on the Dragonite, so they gotta keep dodging for, like, another 5 minutes. They don't lose anybody in this next 5 minutes. Mission success.
Yep. I'm happy. I mean, look, this game was real grim. I'm sure there's still a little rattled from that experience in Singapore. The fact that they're still in this game, their moves make a lot of sense. Like, it's still in their control. They've got a good shot here. I'm glad to see it. It would have been very easy to just crumble the dominance Liquid was showing throughout the early and mid game. But you're going to have BKB on Dragon Knight. You already have it on the Sven. And once they have that Blink BKB combination on both heroes, you got to figure they're ready to make moves.
Taiga, he read the scenario. He said, are you guys going to be playing the right side of the map? I'll go ahead and stand in front of any smoke ganks or any movements that you do, and he spots not just 1 kill, but 2, it looks like, with S4, Yule Scepter, but it's just straight into a stomp for him. And now Hanskin's going to join in as well. Kick away, tries to go for a roll, but denied. Seriously, BKB, turn around. Okay, Koifa, your team's busy right now, my friend. Well, at least Alliance was able to make a move on the other side, so good kill for them.
The only downside is that Koifa does have BOTs. So, yeah, Alliance will respawn faster, but you got to be careful chasing out a base because Liquid could always turn it around as Koifa respawns.
Seriously, this is just ridiculous from
What?
Taiga. 9-0 and 6. He's
Still
using the
tier three?
heal to tank up a tier 3.
They're in.
They're in. And Limp, he's got his BKB. A 2-minute stun comes out for the spin. That's a monster one. Is they're going to be able to take down Boxy with the Reaper's Scythe? A TP out. Mickey praying they don't have the disables. Oh, but they do. They've got the Yules. They've caught Mickey. Liquid may have been a bit too ambitious going high ground at 23 minutes, Kyle, and they're going to pay a very, very steep price for that.
Beautiful from Alliance there. They just didn't, I guess, expect the BKB on Limp, and also maybe just a bit overconfident, because you're thinking, okay, Sven popped BKB, but he still had ult running. Got that double stun off and a double cleave hit. Suddenly, like, you're done for on Liquid, and they have so many stuns. There's no TP out potential. Really good job by Limp. Gets that initiated, but look at Nico, baby. Into the trees, boom, double stun. That means Insania dies almost immediately. Mickey has to retreat. The Scythe with the nuke from FNG just in time to ensure Boxy dies before he's able to dissimulate or Astral away. And now you get the Aegis pop too. So suddenly, this game is arguably equalized, and we're going mid.
They're going to try and blow up Taiga. Okay, no. That's a hard kill. That's back up. Oh, no. Soulbind, two-man silence with the Inkswell on top of him. This is going to be a lot of magic damage. He hits the Dissimulate. Not quite enough to be able to blow up S4, though. Gets him quite low, but now a Blink initiation from Limp gets on top of Moxie. Chain stun. They manage to get the gaze on a Boxy, stopping him from being able to jump away in time. But look at Taiga. He is laying into Nico, baby. He's got to get out of here. They just want to fight right outside the tier 1, but they can't take it because of Taiga.
This hero is busted, man. Oh my god. There's all of his spells just seem too good. First off, the heal plus the untouchable make him unkillable. This enchant slow, 55% for 6 seconds. Plus he's able to take over creeps. And then you saw right there, the pure damage impetus just beating into the Sven.
Do you guys have a stat for damage taken by chance? Because Taiga's doing it all right now. Fair enough. He's doing it all, right? He's outputting the damage. He's healing everybody. He's tanking for them. He's able to frontline.
It's not about the damage taken, though. That's not necessarily telling the story, because it's damage he isn't taking because the attack speed's low.
Very good, Kyle. 0 deaths on him. Insane. He's going to have an Aghanim Scepter soon. That Aghanim Scepter, let me just say, it was very bad when they first put it in. But it has been buffed incrementally. Maybe it's finally time for it to be good. Personally, I think it needs to prioritize heroes, but, you know, that's just me. Limp. Oh, they got him again. Dragon Tail into Reaper's Scythe. That'll do it. And with Boxy gone, oh, this skill is massive. They can get it. That spree gets given to Nico, baby. 648 gold for that one. Alliance. I mean, it feels like they're home free, Kyle.
Oh, yeah. I don't care if the gold disadvantage is still not in their favor. They're winning this game right now.
Yeah.
And you look at the itemization upcoming, like Limp's AC, that's going to make a huge difference. Nico, baby, also has AC queued up, actually, so let's make sure we get that right, folks. But what is Mickey going to get that's really going to change the scope of this game? Lincoln's is what's queued up. That item doesn't make him do more damage. It's not going to help him win this game. Meanwhile, Alliance, like, you're just churning right now. You're feeling real good. Tier 1 mid dies, now just go straight top. The benefit of these cores is that they're all just so damn tanky. Yeah, Liquid, your spell damage was able to get you all these kills in the early mid game, but that doesn't help now. Now is when you need your gold to be making a difference in the DPS you're outputting, and that's just not there. Grimstroke, your whole hero is denied by BKBs. Alliance are soon going to have 3 of them.
It also feels like Liquid isn't showing the kind of clean front they were doing for the first 20 minutes of the game. It feels like that slip up in bottom lane, pushing the tier 3, just led into a spiral of mispositioning and getting caught. Now they are completely giving up the advantage that they fought so hard for 20 straight minutes.
Yep. And Sven just gets scarier and scarier, man. These talents, he has the bonus cleave damage plus the 10 Warcry armor. That is so strong. Sven has consistently been one of the best heroes against Elder Titan because of the plus armor you would get from that Warcry. In addition, really good against the Drow. You're just going to run at her. And Mickey doesn't have that luxury of standing still going toe-to-toe. You can't trade hits with the Sven with God Strength popped. It's just not possible. It's unthinkable.
That is really interesting. So does Elder Titan takes away your base armor?
Yeah.
Drow Ranger also does that. Are you doing like minus minus armor damage with marksmanship if they're natural ordered? I don't know how that works. Because his base armor's already been taken away.
No, it's actually somewhat anti-synergy.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. It's kind of weird. Taiga, oh, can they 3-shot him? It's coming close. It's going to go for it. He's sticking on a Taiga. They're actually going to Reaper Scythe him. They said this Enchantress, he is public enemy number 1. What a Manta dodge, though, from Mickey. Can he actually get out of this? No, they can't stop Alliance from swarming in. The zombie horde is here, BSJ, and the walls have been broken down from Liquid. Boxy will be a survivor for now. Nico Baby thought maybe he could catch up to him, but no. 3 men dead on the side of Liquid and Alliance. Now they actually do have the net worth lead, but it's so much more than that. They've got the map control, Kyle, and they are getting big and bad and bolder all the time.
They're going to have an AC in a moment on their Sven as well. Like, this is just... I don't know how you kill them anymore. Limp, 3,000 health. Nico Baby, 3,000 health. They have all this armor, all these stats, and it's so easy for them to play. Like, Taiga, he's trying to do this bait. Like, look, they can't kill me, but, you know, Alliance, they can. He went down to 25%. That was an aggressive E-Blade. It's cute, but BKB on Nico Baby, he ignores it completely. And, like, Liquid, you just don't have team fight now. There's nothing you can do to stop the horde.
It's so obvious that nobody on a Liquid there felt comfortable fighting besides Taiga. Nobody really wanted to go in, and that is a bit of a problem, right? When all 3 of your cores are like, I don't really want to challenge this Sven when he's BKB, then Nico Baby's just able to kind of freely get in there. And he's going to continue to do so now with that AC pickup. They're going to go for him, though. He doesn't have his he does have his BKB back up, so they can try and make this work on the side of Alliance. A nice stomp onto 2, stops the initiation of Hans. Again, they're actually going to try and blow him up with a Soulbind, limiting where he moves. He's going to drop Insanity at half. Holy crap, he's back up to half health. Taiga's laying the damage onto Hanskin as well. Boxy's getting chained up. Oh, but look at Limp. That's where all the damage went. Limp got right on top of the Drow Ranger, and she's just not a part of the fight anymore. Reaper's Scythe gone for 90 seconds, and hey, Boxy, he's dead. They may finally kill Hanskin. Sure, you got the supports, but Alliance, it is all them in this second half of the game too, and it's looking like, Kyle, I think you're absolutely right. Liquid just doesn't have what it takes to bring down Alliance anymore.
No, I don't think so either. For Insania, not only does he get 2-shot, but Nico Baby with the Paladin Sword and the Mask of Madness, he healed for almost 900 health. Just hitting him in the mouth.
Yeah.
He doesn't die, and that 100-0 is so tough to execute. He has the luxury of holding that BKB and just eating all that damage because he has 2,800 HP, the Warcry armor talent, the AC of Limp. You just simply don't have the damage anymore. Alliance, you know, credit to them. I'm sure I can't see it when I'm casting, but I can feel Twitch chat calling them washed, telling them that their performance last season was a fluke, all during this early game, but they didn't panic. They stayed chill. One good fight, they've been in the driver's seat since.
And that is something that Alliance have given themselves somewhat in Game 1, especially Game 2, though. A lot more forgiveness in their draft when it comes to the things.
Definitely.
Liquid with their classic, very high execution. If we play this correctly and cleanly enough, we can take them out, but you know, you can only afford 1 or 2 mistakes, and Liquid, I think, made 1 too many.
Yeah, one being just really one.
Yeah, it was just one massive mistake, right? Going for that high ground push at bottom lane. They may have had the Aegis, but they were missing Koifa and his core Grimstroke. A lot of people have tried to make this work, and it looked good for the start, but I haven't really seen it do too much. Past 15 minutes. Now, he does have a Scythe of Ice, so this could be a very big difference. If you get the Soulbind, double Scythe, maybe this is a window for something. Alliance, they're the ones now who have to be careful as they approach high ground.
Yep. Hey, just maybe Liquid in the future, they'd look to press their advantage earlier, you know, before the BKBs came out, because that's the item that Alliance was really able to equalize this game with. The fight bottom was a miscue for sure. In fact, oh, Mickey, you're in trouble. They see you.
Yeah. Manta dodges are not going to get you out of this one. Now, they are going to try and force out a
Look at the Hex. Oh
BKB, or
my
maybe actually
God.
take away that Aegis. Yeah, the natural order with that kind of magic damage, they can certainly 100-0 the Sven pretty quickly. Now,
You
did have that Aegis, so.
Got a question. I think if you were to, in the replay review, they might press Koifa to not go for the mobility items as fast, like the Blink and the bots, because that Hex is really the answer to the BKB timing. Without it, they just simply don't have that ability to 100-0 in Alliance 0. They don't have any hard save either, but their stuns cannot be chained properly into BKBs unless the Hex is available. And maybe Alliance now, I mean, it is 4-on-5. They don't have Aegis anymore, but there is a buyback on Mickey. They got to be cautious.
He bought out. He's going to trust that his team can hold this, and it's not looking good.
What?
It's now a 3-on-5.
He had one. He had one when he died.
He bought out the Perseverance.
Okay.
They used the Soulbind. They used the double scythe. They may be able to pull Hanskin back into his death. He actually has a BKB, so he pops that. He's good, and they know where Boxy's hiding. They found him. Nico, baby, and Limp both jump right in. You gotta land a barracks free.
They're gonna go for another. Nico still has God Strength for a few more seconds.
Fortunately for Liquid, that tier 2 bottom lane is still up, but it's gonna be a long, hard fight. Okay, Koifa gets a little bit too close, immediately stunned. Boxy, he tries to TP in to bail it out.
Just
Chain
ignoring
stunned as
Taiga.
well.
He's just like, guys, stop dying. I'm trying my best. Maybe this is the anti-enchantress. Just ignore the damage.
Yeah, I do think it's something that Alliance maybe overlooked last game, which is maybe we could just ignore her.
He's dead.
Oh,
okay, Mickey's just dead. That's it.
Just it.
That's it.
Liquid have totally crumbled, and wow. In the space of just, I think, less than 15 minutes, it was probably about 11 minutes, I think, or so, we went from pushing a bottom tier 3 from Liquid, going high ground,